whoever Rowley chain up people.
Let me tell you something. You know when Moses took these people, these slaves, out of bondage, Moses went up on the mount to talk to God. You know they made a calf of gold. If you go on Wall Street right now, you will still see this big bull of gold, right, in Wall Street, yeah? So they made a calf of gold. Now, these people is the ones who made the pyramid, you know. They made it with grass, and they made it with sand, and they built these magnificent pyramids, right? That is still standing. Why didn't make the god out of sand and stone? Because then everybody would have part of the god. But they make it out of gold, so whoever had the gold owned the god.
Yeah, sure,
it's the same thing here. Let me give you a parallel to here now. How could a community with less than 1% in a community say that they're the most powerful group? Why? If they have 5,000 people can't even win a seat in our constituency.
But do you agree with this?
Well, let me finish. 5,000 people can't win a seat in a constituency because a constituency had to have more than 23,000, right? Yeah. So they can't win a seat. So what makes them so powerful if not money? You understand what I'm saying? So the money is the God. To them, money is the God. Same thing. Same thing on Wall Street.
They really ask what they really do to. But do you think that the Syrians they contribute significant to the economy?
Well, I don't have no problem with what they said, you know.
Car company,
no. I don't have no problem to what they said because I am not a person who is opposed to the truth, and what they spoke is the truth. I mean that they
own a lot of business.
Well, you see, what people don't understand is that a company can colonize a country, you know. It was done in India. The first person who colonized India was the East India Company. It's the first to colonize India, not the British, not the French, not Tambali.
So Syrians have colonized the people?
I didn't say that. I said this possibility is always there, right? Right? And Lord Peel, who was the chairman, the CEO of the East India Company, he invented the police force. The police force is an invention, you know, like a car or something, you know, like a mason or something. It's an invention, you know. It's not that you can't find no divine. You can't find in the Gita, the Ramayana, the Quran, the Bible, the Torah, the Angel, the Old Testament. You will never see the word police. He and Lord Peel invented the word police. And then when we came here to this colonial thing now, the police have only had a 6-point star. That's the Star of David, the Jewish star. Mavro Gadavro was fighting against the Palestinian Israeli Jew. And then the British put him here as the commissioner. His name is Mavro Gadavro. If you go, one of the dormitories is named after him. And he take that symbol that the police had before, and he put the Jewish star on it. And we carry the Jewish star still as an emblem up to today, this very moment. So we representing Judaism, because there's a Christian Judeo society, of course. Yeah? The Jewish holiday is Saturday, and the Christian holiday is Sunday, and both is bank holiday, they close the banks. You understand? You understand what I'm saying? Right. So.
Well, you're well, man, I must say.
I don't know. I'm a student. Yeah, I'm a student of knowledge.
Where do you go from here? Where do you go from here? I mean, how did you spend today? Just reflect on July the 27th.
But we're fasting. We have joined the spirit of the poor and the oppressed who has nothing to eat today. And like I say, we're going to feed the poor now. In a few minutes, we'll be leaving to feed the poor, and we join with them in this unison of their suffering. You know, all the prophets, they had to suffer with the people. They couldn't live like all these politicians live aloof from the people. You know. The real leaders must live with the people. They must be part of what the people feel. Yeah? So that is the situation today. So we want to join with these people and feel their suffering, you know, feel their thing, so we could understand them, so we could act appropriately on their behalf.
When you say act appropriately, what do you mean?
On their behalf.
What do you mean?
Appropriate on their behalf, whatever. If we're feeling the sufferings of them, then we.
That same feeling you have right now is the same feeling you had July 27th.
Could be, yes.
When you said that,
I had a feeling like that.
Yeah, the same feeling.
I had a feeling like
the
that.
feeling we're trying to tell me then.
Well, I did never lost the feeling. I never lost it.
The feeling is more feelings this time?
No, I never lost it. I told you I never had lost it.
Because remember when you became journalist and anchor. When on TTT, that was the first appearance.
Yes, and you know what I told them?
What you said?
I told them, go back to the clip and you will see. The clip will say, I said, If this country does not change now, it will descend in the abyss of no return. And it's gone right there now. It's gone to the abyss of no return.
But then you have failed.
No, me, I didn't fail. After this, after my exercise, the NAR government ceased to exist ever again. They went into the garbage heap of politicians.
Did you ever speak to Robinson after that? Did you ever have any encounter?
No, I never had any conversation with him at all.
Never?
No, but I saw him suffering and messing on himself, and I felt pity for him, you know, because he was a man who don't know what it is to lead, because he was the leader of the NR. And he put them in that difficulty because he was a leader. And then when he realized the difficulty that he put them in, he said, fire with full force, kill everybody. He didn't care if everybody dead because he failed. No, that's not our leaders. If you notice, when I came out at TTT, I was no, and I was the first man who came out, you know. Yeah. My men said, no, we're going out first. So if anything happens, I say, no, I go in first. I the leader. I will tell you something else. When we got the decision from the Privy Council to let us go, they put us back in jail, you know. And we went back in jail. When I reached back in jail, the commissioner at the time deceased, a good man, Mr. Hercules, a very good man. God make peace with his soul, yeah? He said, you aren't going in that cell because the Privy Council say you out, you know. What are you doing back in this jail? And he locked the cell. He said, you go home. You and the 4 men who are here, you and 3 men, you go home because you aren't going back in our cell. The Privy Council order says to let you out. Yeah. So I said, what about my men? He said, well, no, I have 110 men down there in Shagarama start to organize buses. I think, I said, well, when they come out, I come out. I the leader of this thing.
You stayed back with them?
All night. I stayed there all night, outside, not in the cell. We stayed there all night.
What was life down there in Shagaramas?
Well, I wasn't down there. They moved me after the first day. They moved me and put me in Frederick Street. And they threw me in a cell with nothing, just a cell, nothing. I fasted for 3 days. It was very horrible. Everybody, all the evil spirits came to me and they were all defeated in that 3 days. And after that, it was sailing. Everything went according to God's plan.
But before I end, I'm very concerned with that feeling, you know. That feeling that what you said you had on July the 27th with respect to how the country was being run. You're poor. I know you say that, but you're not acting on the feeling at all.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Yeah. How you mean I acting on the feeling?
But this kind of a concern. Yeah, concern about feeding the poor, but this concern, you know, I don't really know if you have that kind of support again.
Which support?
The support you had with the 114.
You know how much support I had?
Almost, yeah.
I had the support of the whole country. In 1992, they called a election, and that was a referendum. I in jail, and I hear them saying, all day, all I could do, you're in jail, you don't have to do no work, you can listen to the radio. And this battle is a battle between democracy and Islamic fundamentalism, and Islamic terrorism, and Islamic, all kind. This is democracy. Well, to me, it's not democracy, it's the mockery that you see, or the more mock that you see, right? So, and this is the battle between, this is the mother of all battles. The people must decide whether they want democracy or they want it all. 7 times a day they play the anthem, and I in jail listening to them, you know, I said, I'm mocking pretenders, just playing a stupidness. And then Selwyn Ryan, who's a pollster, tell them they're leading by 25%. And then 2 weeks before the election, I wrote 2 letters. And Rafiq Shah printed them because Rafiq Shah brother was also a member of the 114. So he printed them, and I spoke to the people, and I told them what I wanted them to do. And the people did that. They wiped them off completely. Completely wiped them off. There's the first time in the history of Trinidad and Tobago that anybody lost every single seat. Not even Eric Williams was able to do that. The NAR won 33 out of 36 seats, you know. They had 3 blind mice. The PNM had 3 blind mice, Manning, Muriel, and Marshall. Them is the only 3 out of the 36 that remain. But the NAR had 33 seats. They had 31 seats in Trinidad. And after I spoke to the people, the two weeks before the election, the people wiped them off completely. The 31 seats in Trinidad, they lost every single seat. Put that in your pipe and smoke it. Them people still here. They're right here. And I will tell you something. You see those old, you know, after God took the people out of Moses, took the people out of bondage, God made them stay in the wilderness for 40 years, you know, for the old people to die out. All them old PNM and things die out. And all them old UNC and things, all them die out. It's new people, new blood on the block now. So you have a new order.
And you're the leader.
Who said that?
Well, I didn't know you're the leader.
Well, I don't know.
76 years, look at you. You look
Yeah.
perfectly. You're in good health.
Yes, thank God, thank God, thank God. Look, thank God. Yeah, and none of my wife ain't complaining. You know what I mean? Yeah. So you have to have a good engine. If this is a B14, it doesn't crash long time, you know. So this you have to have a Mercedes or some Ferrari engine to have this motor moving still like it is, you know.
Well, yeah.
Thank you very much.
Assisted by anyone, you know, to get up. You're up and down.
No. Get up, I mean, up and down, yes, I mean, up and down. I still here.
But are you
strong as ever?
But before we go, you have reached that place. I mean, look at murders. Every day people go into people's homes and families are being murdered. Children are being murdered. Children's throats are being slit. Young girls missing. Hundreds and hundreds of people being sent home. Government has no compassion for the citizens of this country. And you are telling me today, the same feeling you had in 1990, that feeling has resurrected again in a more passionate way.
Yeah, it's stronger now, you know.
Stronger
I will tell you why, because in that case it was Bernadette James alone. Now they're slitting all the women's throat. They're raping women who are 60 years, they're stripping them naked. Yes, I am telling you that. And that is engendering me a new resurrection. My spirit is renewed again because of that last experience that I had. And I know that God made us victorious. And if they continue to do that.
This time, you're giving up. They wouldn't say fail.
But I just explained you about the question of failure. So I don't want you to continue that. I'm telling you that this is anything that fails is a failed state. This is a failed state. I will tell you why. Because of how they treat the women. And if we're going to begin to repair this society, we have to start by the maximum respect. Who demands more respect from a man beside God than a woman? She's the one who rocks the cradle. The woman, 9 months in pain and travail. And then she could have just dashed you away. And all the politicians, everybody, all of them was once in the womb of a mother. And if you don't respect your mother, if you don't respect women, what kind of society are you? You will respect nobody. Nobody. They asked the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, tell us who to respect. He said, first of all is God. And then the Prophet. He said, and who after? He said, and then your mother. And they say, who after? And then he said, your mother. And they say, who after? Your mother. 3 times. And they say, who after? He said, your father. So your mother get so your mother get the gold prize, the gold medal, the silver medal, and the bronze, and your father get the consolation. You see how we look at women? That's how we look at women. So we're very, very passionate. And we're saying that if this country had to start to climb back out of this morass, then we had to, the first thing to do, the very first thing to do is to give back to the women the respect.
July 27, 1990, scale of 1 to 10. How do you label the suffering then? How do you, from then to now, and 2017?
But we're in the same thing now. Even a little worse. No, we're worse. No, we're worse. We're worse now? No, we're worse off. We're worse off. Because remember, I was outside demonstrating against the high price of medicine. When they went to the coal, they take the people cola. We started with 27 organizations. As soon as they said they're locking up people, everybody run and leave me alone. So